Hello, everybody. I got some questions about this section here in the homework, specifically is 14, 15, and 16. So I just want to take a second right now, kind of go over what's going on in these problems so that you can do well on this on your homework. So this begins by this is one of those problems where we're trying to understand the multiple pathways in which we can find solutions to a problem. All of these are correct. A, B, and C are all correct, and they all correspond to either Dan, Sally, or Nancy. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to see whose which way of thinking got to each equation. So let's go ahead and do that. The students in a class were asked to find the number of tiles in a figure by describing how they saw the pattern of tiles changing at each step. Match each student's way of describing the pattern with the appropriate equation below. Note that S represents the step number and that N represents the number of tiles. Okay, and I believe it's referring to this one that we did here, number 13. So when we see this, we started with 1, then we got to 4, then we got to 7, etc., etc. And you can kind of see, depending on how you view it, we're either adding 1 on top of each, or let's see what they say. Dan explained that the middle tower is always the same as the step number. So the way he viewed it is this is the middle tower, this is the middle tower, this is the middle tower. And he says this is always the same as the step number, right? So 1, it's 1. 2, it's 2. 3, it's 3. And so he's always saying that we always have the number of tiles equal to that step number. He also pointed out that the 2 arms on each side of the tower contain 1 less block than the step number. 1 less block than the step number. So when we're looking at this is the step number 3 minus 1. And then this is 3 minus 1. And so the way that he's viewing it is kind of in 2 parts. He's viewing that center tile, right, which is the step number. So we're going to have N represent the center part. And then we have 2 instances of the arms. And this arm is going to be N minus 1. And then this arm is going to be N minus 1. So which of these equations, or I'm sorry, it should be S because we're talking about step number, huh? These N's should be S's. N's should be S's. Okay, so which one of these represents the step number, a step number minus 1, and another step number minus 1? Okay, well this says 2 times the step number minus 1. Not exactly. Plus the step number minus 1, that's not exactly what we're seeing here. This says 3s minus 2. That's not really what we have here. But when we look at C here, look at this. The step number, plus 2 step numbers minus 1, plus 2 step numbers minus 1. So sure enough, this is going to be our answer. This C is the way that Dan did that. And what I want you guys to see is just how we did that. Like the S here is this S, is this S, is this S, is this S. And then the S minus 1, here's an S minus 1, but we have 2 of them. Here's an S minus 1, but we have 2 of them. Here's an S minus 1, but we have 2 of them. And then 1 minus 1 is 0, so we kind of have 2 zeros. So that's how we do that. And then Sally's going to do it a different way, and you have to figure out whether it's going to be B or A, and then Nancy's going to do it another way, and you have to figure out if it's going to be B or A. So hopefully that helps you with these problems. I did that first one for you. Look at the way that they're solving this problem and see which of these expressions, which of these equations matches the way that they're saying it. Good luck.